And we're back on our episode of NBA 2K14. And you know that earlier this episode, and that's a warning that right now, you know, in the last episode, you see the Lakers beat the Bobcats in a close game by 5 points, 110 to 105. Kobe Bryant got 32 points with 30 assists. Nick Young got 24 points with 3 assists. On the other hand, Cody Zeller and Kemba Walker tied with 17. Michael Jokic and Ben Gordon also tied with 15. On the other hand, Al Jefferson's got 13 points and 9 points for Ramon Sessions. What a huge fit this year in LA as the Lakers beat the Bobcats by 5 points, 110 to 105. And coming up next, second game of the day, we're off the Brooklyn, New York in Barclays Center, featuring two of the interconference showdown. The superstars it's on a heat up, featuring Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett of the Brooklyn Nets. But unfortunately, Deron Williams has not returned in the game yet, as still injury and does not get re-healed for broken ankle, as they still for day-to-day out day-to-day. So as you can see, the Philadelphia 76ers are the division leading with 1928 so far, but despite hopefully they chasing tied for the first place in the Atlantic Division. For this game, the Thunder are gonna use the white and the Nets gonna use the black. That'll do it for now. This is Andrei Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Anyways, we're sending over to Kevin Harlan here in Brooklyn. For now, let's get started. Enjoy the video. Here we go in Brooklyn. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and this is the NBA on 2K Sports. Friday night in the NBA, it's going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder up against the Brooklyn Nets. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
Some call it the Mecca of basketball. New York City, the scene for tonight's game. 2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. A treat to watch as always. Kevin Durant looking for a big game.
And one thing that Durant has made very clear in his young career is that he's going to be a factor in clutch situations. He wants the ball in his hands with the game on the line. You know, he's got that lean, thin body and looks a little... wispy and carefree out there, but underneath that jersey beats the heart and edge of, I think, a killer in terms of putting the ball in the back.
For the Oklahoma City Thunder, they come in off a loss to the Heat in Miami.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really couldn't count on it because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor. Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
Outside Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
You know, one thing with Scott Brooks, guys, he's very consistent with his message. You listen in on those timeouts. It's all about getting stops. Defense, 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 and letting their offense come from that.
Johnson, that's for two, and he hits the jump shot. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team. It makes it so easy for your teammate. When you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Oklahoma City on D. It's a three-point game. And Clark, you mentioned Brooks' single-mindedness. He stayed pretty constant with his rotations, too.
And there's no doubt players appreciate knowing their role, but a lot of critics have been surprised that Brooks has stuck to his lineups. Some lineups that didn't seem to be all that effective. His usual starting lineup with Cephalosha and Perkins on the floor hasn't been their best in terms of plus-minus, but Brooks very loyal to his starting group.
And here is Durant after the three-pointer from Joe Johnson. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And the Thunder, another three.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Terry the pass to Johnson. From the corner. And that one's good. Johnson's got 7.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that. You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29. And I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
Here's Terry. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Lopez left side. Clock at 4. Fires from 14. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, and the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work and want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert.
Durant kicks to Cephalosha. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Now here's Westbrook. 23 points for him the last game against the Heat in Miami.
And what an extraordinary display of passing in that game, too, Kevin. He's making all the right decisions offensively. I think Westbrook may be the most explosive player in the game right now. I mean, you've got Wade, Kobe, Derrick Rose, but I think Russell Westbrook, with his speed and quickness, is probably the guy right now.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Here's Taylor, right now averaging 5 points a game. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And Westbrook, really a freak athlete. Clark, a terrific dunker.
Yeah, he's a guy you would just love to see in the dunk contest, Kevin. But he says he's more of a game dunker and might not shine in the exhibition-type format. And I can understand that. The dunks that Russell does in games are so vicious and so posterizing that it's hard to create that same type of tenacity and energy in a contest. So I think there are some guys that are more geared towards dunking in games than winning dunk contests.
Now here's Taylor, uncovered. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Walked on the way up, but hits it, and they call the blocking foul.
They've been strong here in the early going, Kevin. Very effective from inside.
Like you were saying, going strong inside, building a strong lead here in the first.
And the confidence factor is a big part of that, Kevin. Taking that ball inside, you get high-quality shots, you get conversions, you keep pressure on the defense, and it just continues to build on itself.
Taylor against Collison. Here's Roberson. That one wide left.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
And the shot is good. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Raptors.
Well, they got punished in that third quarter. They just came out lifeless, flat after halftime, and you can't do that.
Yeah, they were far too comfortable in that game, and you got to realize that this is the NBA. Everybody's got talent. You have to keep playing.
And here's Anderson for three. Gets it to go. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Now Fisher. 1 second left, and it's good on the layup. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder out in front, up 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
Next Sunday, February 2nd, the Orlando Magic take on Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics. You don't want to miss it.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
So for Oklahoma City right now, backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb ran outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. And it's Collison at the pivot spot manning the middle. Teletovic. Now here's Durant, defended by Livingston. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Nick Collison.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Well, you know, it's still exciting to come here to the Barclays Center, this beautiful new arena, and you really like the fact that it's built to showcase basketball. Terrific sight lines, everything the fans could ask for.
Taylor's shot, good. Taylor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Nets trailed by 13. We talk about the allure of the new arena. Steve, even when teams are staying in the same city so often, a push is there for a new arena.
Yeah, that's the reality of the business. It's all about entertainment. It's about being cool. It's about kind of a brand. And I think that's where Brooklyn really made that huge jump last year. It was just the uniforms and the arena and the fan base and being in Brooklyn. It all came together, and now it feels like a world-class organization.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
The Nets making a switch here. Terry's checked in. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Terry's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Well, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get the... the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous. dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
And it's Lopez penetrating. And he says, with a big dunk of his own.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
Man, I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
Back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Johnson gets the bucket.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Back to Durant. It's tipped. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And Paul Pierce with the slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal. All the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And Durant gets it to go.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times. You know, really hard to try to compare Kevin Durant to somebody. I mean, it might come from who he says he modeled his game after. In an interview last season, he said that it was Larry Bird who shaped how he played growing up as a youngster.
Oh, here comes Johnson all alone. Throws down the break.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk part coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
One thing Durant shared in common with Bird, a deadly outside shot even under pressure.
Yeah, I love his unflappable nature. Kevin Durant just seems unfazed during pressure times of the games, and I think even more so, he just enjoys it. He wants that pressure. He wants the ball in his hands.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Ryan Gomes is checked in for Ibaka. Roberson comes in for Kevin Durant. And Barrett Fisher is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Gets the bucket.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Gomes with it, working on Garnett. The jump hook again, Oklahoma City. There's a minute left here in the second. Johnson outside. Three-pointer. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Cephalosha pitch deficient. And the Thunder, another 3.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Johnson right side.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, last game, guys, he shot very well from the stripe. Made a nice contribution there.
Yeah, he sure did. Turned in a really nice performance.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Johnson left side. Back to Taylor. Launches it. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
How about this performance in the face of the injury? It's like there's a lot of pain out there.
And that one's good.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
And that one's good. Johnson's got 25 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Thunder lead by 4. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And a fun game going out in the borough of Brooklyn. Thanks for joining us. Oklahoma City up on top against Brooklyn. They let him hang around so far. Now it's anybody's ball game. Kevin Durant has not felt much resistance against this Nets defense. We're at halftime and still he hasn't missed a shot. It's been a pure shooting exhibition. And giving it their all, the Brooklyn Nets. They've done a great job executing their offense. They've been avoiding sloppy mistakes. Joe Johnson absolutely lights out. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. Checking out some of the games still in progress. The Memphis Grizzlies currently trailing Minnesota out in Minnesota. That one just all but wrapped up in the fourth. And another one also in progress. The Nuggets are at Pepsi Center trailing to Toronto. Fat lady warming up her pipes in that one. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. It'll be the Golden State Warriors up against the Jazz in Utah. It's an 8:30 Eastern time for a tip-off out there. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
This is the second season for the Nets here in Brooklyn. It's amazing how quickly they've made themselves a part of this community. But they've tried to capture some of that history from sports in the past. In fact, they have the flagpole from the old Ebbets Field right outside the Barclays Center. Kind of a cool historical connection.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. The front court trio of Pierce, Garnett, and Brook Lopez. Terry is out there with Johnson. Durant kicks to Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 5th assist in this one. And for the Nets, you notice that unlike most teams with their jerseys, whether they're on the road or at home, it's Brooklyn across their chest.
I think that represents them representing the borough, Kevin, and looking to establish a new identity. And even if you aren't a big Nets fan, for Brooklynites, it's easy to throw on a black and white sweater or jersey with Brooklyn across the front of it. You know, often when we think of freakish athleticism in the NBA, it's those with strength and explosiveness like LeBron or Dwight Howard. But Kevin Durant physically is unique in his own right. Sure, he's got a slight build, but his mobility for his height, unparalleled. That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Gets it to go. Westbrook's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's 4 straight from the field, guys. Off to a quick start this third quarter.
You think about the length of Kevin Durant, reach of a center with the fluidity, speed of a guard.
Such a rare combination, Kevin, and it gives them a huge advantage at both ends of the floor. I mean, defensively, you think about the blocks and the steals and rebounds, and then offensively, the ability to play above his opponents.
Terry dishes to Johnson. Wide open look, and again, it's Brooklyn converted.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Nets trail by 10. Feeds it to Johnson. Shoots, and it's blocked by Cephalosha, but they'll get another chance. Terry, that's a 2. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Terry's got 6.
Now, he's really stood out for his club today, even though they're struggling a little bit, doing his part.
Wasted no time on that one. 20 points for Kevin Durant.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
And that one's good by Pierce.
Well, I think he's really willing his team on now. He's carrying it. He's doing it all. He's yet to miss a shot.
Rebound by Brook Lopez. Brooklyn's gotten all but one of the 3-pointers to go down in this game. They've gone 7 of 8 so far. That bucket in no time at all. 29 points for Joe Johnson.
When they pulled up the mid-range more often than not, they bury.
You know, that's not always the number one option, but if the defense gives that to you, you got to take it.
Good. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Pierce from down in the low post. It goes. Pierce has got 16.
Well, that shot keeps him at 100% from the field this quarter.
Durant kicks to Cephalosha. And taken away by Johnson. 3 on 3. This is to Terry. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson. Oh, just a 4-point Thunder lead.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
On the Thunder with some changes. Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Cephalosha. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Lamb, good.
And the threes continue to go down at that end with almost nothing happening from deep at the other.
But the way to turn that around is defensively, by stopping their outside shot, not by getting into a shootout.
Good on the shot. Anderson's got his second basket of the night.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. And Durant gets it to go.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Anderson passes to Livingston. He feeds it to Johnson. Trying to get open is Lopez. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
It looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Durant dishes to Lamb. Again, the Thunder score.
Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And for Joe Johnson, as you mentioned, Clark, great size, and he's comfortable, truly, Steve, from shooting anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and whether it's a spot up or off the dribble, he can go either direction. He's so strong, excellent ball handling ability. But I think he could do a little more damage inside if he chose to. He's got the body to be a good post-up player.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Brook Lopez.
Yeah, terrific one-on-one scorer. Able to break down defenders and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, it's really a nice blend of balance and creativity. He puts you on your heels, stops on a dime, and he can drain it on you before you recover. Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very equal.
Yeah, I've been impressed with both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
And that one's good. 18 points for Russell Westbrook.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Here's Garnett attacking. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. Sefolosha with it. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Sefolosha. Sefolosha's got assist number 5 here tonight. Johnson can't get it to go. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. It's the Thunder up by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Tune in next Wednesday, February 5th. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Be there.
Thanks for joining us again. As we get set for the fourth quarter, a terrific game so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And they can... Oh, my! What a huge play.
And this sort of... awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Here's Westbrook. He kicks it to Sefolosha. Outside Durant. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Nets trail by 4. Terry with it. And there's the rejection. Now here is Sefolosha. He's tightly guarded. And then Jones with the jam.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one handle. He threw it down pretty hard.
Yes, it's a go. And now, 24 points for Russell Westbrook.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger rolls.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City where they were able to handle the Thunder.
Well, and they got the better of them that game, I thought, by forcing turnovers. Their defense was terrific, and they were able to get out in transition and get some easy hoops.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Perkins is checked in. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
Getting in the passing lanes, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers. I mean, you got to do it.
That's a must if you're going to be a good defensive team. Good perimeter defense can cause a lot of headaches and problems for the offense. That's why those defenders are in such high demand.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one. This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
It's Pierce with the drive. A stupendous finish in traffic. Pierce has got 11 in the second half. The Thunder leading by 6. It's Durant on the wing. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
That's good from Durant. And so it's Brooklyn with it. And there's Terry. Evans with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Pierce. The basket good off the assist from Evans. 20 points for Paul Pierce.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Terry. Nice shot by Evans.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
Shot's good.
We're showing no signs of letting up here.
Nets trail by 8. Westbrook with the steal. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Quick hands on the steal, quick feet on the break.
Costly mistake to fork that ball over and then not get back on D.
Brooklyn with the ball. Terry with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And it's Johnson penetrating. Gets it to go. Johnson's got 43 points.
You can't do it all. I mean, he's scoring big numbers, but he's got to get some help from his teammates.
Westbrook against Terry. He dishes it to Cephalosha. Pass to Durant with the fadeaway. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
That's good from Durant. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pierce kicks to Johnson. Traps in the tray. Johnson's got 46 points.
Boy, he's putting up big numbers in that three-point column, guys.
How about that basketball,
Wasn't that
man?
beautiful?
Wow.
That's not... as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he? Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
It's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Kevin Garnett has checked in for the Nets. The dish to Cephalosha. Here's the three. The shot is off. The Nets go the other way with it. 56 seconds left in the game. And there's Jason Terry on the assist by Johnson. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Durant. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
That one goes. Count it.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Anderson's gone 2 for 2 so far from 3. Now Fisher. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Great victory here in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Bye. As so let's check out some Billboard score as the Thunder. Great victory over the Brooklyn Nets by 11 points. Check out the Billboard score. As you can see, they continue control. Disconnected, got stuck by dust and debris. Those issues cannot move. Nonsense right now. I cannot believe it. They are not moving anyone. That will be just fine. Doing stuck together on the dust and debris. So let's check out the real box score. John Johnson got 46 points with 6 assists. 20 points for Paul Pierce. Kevin Durant got 38. Russell Westbrook got 31 and 12. And Dabo Cephalosha with 12-11. What a great victory and huge night for the OKC team. And we wrap up here on January 31 as they wrap up approach for Super Bowl weekend here in New York. So we're gonna go Golden State and Utah for skipping, and the Warriors win. Trey Burke got 31 points with 5 assists, 22 points for Mo Williams, 34 points and 11 assists for Douglas, Stephen Curry, and 34 points, 11 assists for Stephen Curry, and Tony Douglas got 22. Surprisingly, why Tony Douglas scored. So this is my truth day. And now, as you can see, Rajon Rondo finally regained the heel. We're gonna get adjust rotation. So I'm gonna click on adjust rotation for now. I'm gonna replace Bear or replace Keith Bogans for the lineup. Switching for every, and we're not gonna keep that. Switching for every Bradley and CPU annoying tool. So we're gonna kick quickly away for 8 minutes away to replace Rajon Rondo. So on the other hand, for Darren Williams is also returned now for getting back for heel. I miss you guys. You're going to be coming back for injuries. I'm going to swap out for Tyshawn Taylor for this one. Out for Jason. I'm going to swap out for Jason Terry for next minutes. And now there we go, guys. On the other hand, Tyreek Evans still injury on the hand. So now, as you can see, report Rajon Rondo finally returns along with Brooklyn Nets injury status, and now they broke free for recovery his hand. So as you can see, Rajon Rondo recovering and now regain the heel from torn hand ligament. And for Darren Williams, the recovery from broken ankle after start 6 and 8 weeks right now, and finally are now become back in the injuries. So unfortunately, without Tyreek Evans in the Pelicans because still injury right now. Let's check out some injury reports for now. Still hurting, but Tyreek Evans still not waiting for broken hand. Even Brook Lopez hopefully will be back soon after his sprain. As you see here now, Aminu is not here, but Jordan Anderson is not here. So you see, with knowing more now, it means welcome back Rajon Rondo, and welcome back for Darren Williams, and now regains games for the Nets. So check out from February 1 schedule. We got the Nets, Pacers for return of Darren Williams, Thunder, Wizards, Cavaliers, Rockets, Bucks, Grizzlies, Bucks, Pelicans, Bobcats, Suns, Raptors, Trailblazers, Sixers, Pistons, Kings, Spurs, Jazz, Clippers, and our conclusion is the Heat and the Knicks. That will be only one game upload at the time. We're off to New York City once again. Another most of the heated Eastern Conference rivalry. First off, with the Nets and the Pacers, and the Nets makes return for Darren Williams in a close game by 3, 115 to 112. George Hill got 29 points. Danny Granger got 26, and Roy Hibbert got 12 and 9. Darren Williams scores 23 points. Brook Lopez and Kevin Garnett got 20 points. Thunder and the Wizards, and Thunder wins. John Wall got 18 and 9. Bradley Beal got 16, and Kevin Durant almost got scored 50 points as 48 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Cavaliers and the Rockets win. Dwight Howard got double-double with 40-11. James Harden only scores 15 points. Kyrie Irving got 30 points. Bucks and the Grizzlies, and the Bucks win. 17 and 12 for Marc Gasol. Zach Randolph got 17. OJ Mayo got 26. Soya got 22. Bulls and the Pelicans, and Bulls continue to struggle and continuing losing skid against Pelicans. Unfortunately, Tyreek Evans not yet to return. Anthony Davis got 25 points. Eric Gordon got 21. And Derrick Rose got 38 and 9 rebounds, 34 points for Carlos Boozer. You see both third and fourth are scored 40 points plus. Bobcats and the Suns. And the Suns somehow stunned the Bobcats, but the fourth quarter, the Bobcats scored 44 points in the fourth. Marcin Gortat got 24, Marquise Morris got 21 and 9, Aaron Butler got 20 points, Kemba Walker got 40 points, 20 points for Ben Gordon, 16 and 10 for Al Jefferson. Raptors and the Blazers, and no! Rudy Gay is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the strained Achilles, but the Raptors still won. Despite LaMarcus Aldridge scored 54 points with 9 rebounds. You see the third quarter scored 40 points. CJ McCollum got 16, Nicholas Batum got 10, and Damian Lillard got 11 and 8. Kyle Lowry scores 39, and Rudy Gay scores 29 before out for the injury due to strained Achilles, and DJ Augustin got 12. Timberwolves and the Hawks, and the Timberwolves win. Paul Millsap got 33 points, 11 and 9 for Jeff Teague, 27 points for Kevin Martin, and Dustin DeBreeze continues stock. I want to see Timberwolves player scores. We got Kevin Love with 23, 22 for Chase Budinger, and 12-10 for Ricky Rubio. Sixers and the Pistons win. Greg Marone got 22-11. Sherrod Josh Smith 22 and 12. Not even close for triple-double with 8 assists. Jason Richardson got 24. Kings and the Spurs. Spurs survive over the Kings, as you see both 4 quarters between Spurs and Kings are scored. 42 points for Spurs and 40 points for Sacramento Kings in the fourth. Tony Parker got 24. Manu Ginobili got 22. On the other hand, for Sacramento, 26 points for Carl Landry. Demarcus Cousins got 24 and 9. Isaiah Thomas got 20 points. Marcus Thornton got 14 points. And now, last but not least, we're off and heads to LA. Jazz and the Clippers win by 33-point margin. Blake Griffin got 3 points. Chris Paul got 25 and 12. And Alec Burks got 20. So he's part of the Super Bowl weekend here. So we wrap up here in New York. There will be hosts for Super Bowl weekend here in Super Bowl 48 here in MetLife Stadium day before Super Bowl 48 between the Seattle Seahawks led by Russell Wilson take on the Denver Broncos led by Peyton Manning. And we wrap up here for the Friday night doubleheader. And now, next game on our hand, back to Madison Square Garden in New York City. We got day 2 of the excited Eastern Conference rival and 2 of the legacy superstars. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade take on Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith as the Miami Heat visited once again to New York to face the New York Knicks just a second time this season. That'll do it for now. This is Andrei Kenshin as we see the Indiana Pacers taking 3-1 series over the New York Knicks led by Tyrese Haliburton, score without any turnovers. On the other hand, Edmonton Oilers are now 3-1, one more win. It seems because there will be a rematch with the Florida Panthers soon. That'll do it for now. This is Andrei Kenshin as the Oklahoma City Thunder take down the Brooklyn Nets by 11, 121-110. This is Andrei Kenshin. Say so for Barclays Center in Brooklyn. We'll see you tomorrow here at the Madison Square Garden in New York City. We got another Miami Heat and the New York Knicks here in New York. This is Andrei Kenshin. Say so for Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Then it's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we'll see you tomorrow here in the Madison Square Garden in New York City for the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow here in New York for the Heat and the Knicks.